In 2003, a chilling case shocked the public in Malaysia, centered in Kuala Lumpur, one of the country's two capitals and its most populous city, home to roughly 2 million people. The story revolves around a 28-year-old woman named Kenion, also known as Vong Lap Nguyen, whom I'll refer to as Vong Nguyen for simplicity. Born on July 18, 1974, she was a striking figure of Chinese Indian descent, a blend of her father Vong Mai Trung, a middle school principal, and her mother Perry, an Indian origin teacher. To her family and friends, Vong Nguyen was the epitome of grace, polite, caring, and fiercely devoted to those she loved. Beyond her beauty, she excelled in sports, particularly Taekwondo, earning a coveted black belt, the highest rank in the discipline. Yet her talents didn't stop there. Academically gifted, she graduated high school with honors in 1995 and left Malaysia to study information technology at the University of California in the United States. After graduating, she carved out a successful career as an IT analyst. While working in the U.S., Vong Nguyen met Vong Nhat Thien, a handsome Chinese-American man. Their relationship blossomed into a fairy tale romance that turned heads wherever they went. In 2001, they married, and their life together seemed perfect. High incomes, a bright future, and a happy marriage. But in early 2003, everything changed. Her father was diagnosed with a rare form of cancer during a routine checkup. Though caught early with a decent chance of recovery, the news hit Vong Nguyen hard. Family meant everything to her, so she dropped everything and returned to Malaysia on June 1st, 2003, to care for her father. She stood by his side through a risky surgery, which, fortunately, succeeded and his health steadily improved. After 10 days of dedicated caregiving, she felt reassured enough to plan her return to the U.S. Her family, grateful and relieved, decided to throw her a farewell dinner on June 13th, 2003, before her departure the next day. No one could have predicted the nightmare that awaited her. The farewell dinner was an intimate affair held at a restaurant in a shopping mall, attended by family and close friends. At 8 p.m., Vong Nguyen drove her mother to the venue. The parking garage was dimly lit, with broken lights casting eerie shadows, but they hurried upstairs after parking. On the way, she realized she'd forgotten the parking ticket in the car, a minor detail in Malaysia, where you take a ticket upon entry and pay later at a separate station. "It's fine," she told her mother. "I'll grab it after dinner." The evening unfolded beautifully, filled with laughter and heartfelt conversations with friends she hadn't seen in years. By 10 p.m., though, her mother grew tired, and Vong Nguyen decided to drive her and her younger sister home before returning to the party. At the payment booth, she realized she still didn't have a ticket, telling her mother and sister to wait. She took the elevator back to the garage alone. 20 minutes passed, and she didn't return. Her mother and sister called her phone, no answer. Growing anxious, they went down to the garage and were stunned to find her car gone, along with her. They rushed back to the restaurant to alert the others. Repeated calls went unanswered, and eventually, her phone shut off entirely. Remembering the garage had security cameras, they begged the guards to check the footage, but protocol required waiting until midnight. After desperate pleas, the staff relented. What they saw left them reeling. At 10:16 p.m., as Vong Nguyen searched her car for the ticket, a stranger approached from behind. Despite her black belt, her Taekwondo skills were honed for sport, not street combat. She fought back fiercely, but the man struck her repeatedly in the stomach and chest, incapacitating her. He dragged her into her car and sped off, crashing through the parking barrier. The dim lighting obscured his face. Her mother, Perry, called the police immediately, and the family scoured Kuala Lumpur through the night. By 4 a.m., exhausted and empty-handed, they returned home, placing their hopes in the authorities. For 2 days, neither the police nor the family found any leads. Desperate, the family turned to the media, offering a 10,000 ringgit reward, about 50 million VND, for information. The case exploded, drawing massive attention and pressuring the police. On June 16th, a patrolling officer spotted Vong Nguyen's car abandoned near a derelict construction site. The front was damaged, likely from hitting the parking barrier, and a tire was shredded, suggesting a frantic escape. Inside, the back seat was soaked with blood, and traces of semen hinted at a horrific assault. The police searched the area but found nothing more. They tried calling her phone again, and shockingly, a man answered. Tracing the signal, they tracked down Adismail, a cab driver. Under questioning, Adismail claimed that on the morning of June 14th, he'd seen a car parked near an industrial area while driving to work. Needing wood to prop up his broken seat, he stopped and noticed a naked woman behind the car and a man in the driver's seat. Assuming it was a lover's tryst, he didn't intervene. Later, after running errands, he saw the car again in the same spot. Curious, he approached and found it empty except for a handbag and phone on the back seat. Seeing no one around, he stole them and left. The police confirmed he had no connection to Vong Nguyen, and his description of the man matched the blurry camera figure. They ruled him out as a suspect, treating him as a witness. On June 17th, 4 days after her disappearance, a construction worker smelled a foul odor from a roadside drain 2 kilometers from the car. Inside, he found a char body, burned with 2 tires stuffed into the pipe. Terrified, he called the police. Forensic analysis revealed the victim had been stabbed twice in the stomach and raped repeatedly before death, with severe trauma to her pelvic area. The fire was meant to destroy evidence, but DNA from semen remained intact. To identify the body, the police brought in Vong Nguyen's best friend Natasha and her sister. The sister recognized a partially burned pair of jeans, one she'd lent Vong Nguyen that night. DNA confirmed it was her. A witness, Amina Isaac, came forward, reporting that at dawn on June 14th, a man with a flat tire had asked to borrow a tool from her and her husband. As they helped, she noticed a woman in the car's back seat, hands clasped as if pleading. When Amina approached, the man panicked, abandoned the repair, and sped off. She noted the license plate, WFN 6871, Vong Nguyen's car. Another lead emerged from a patrol officer, Abu, who'd seen a green car parked suspiciously around 11:15 p.m. on June 13th. Returning 30 minutes later, it was still there. He knocked, and a man and woman inside complied with his request for ID. The woman, Vong Nguyen, made subtle, desperate gestures, clasping her hands. Sensing trouble, Abu ordered her out, but the man grew aggressive, shouting, "You're fake cops, robbers." He slammed the door and fled. Abu fired twice, hitting a tire, but the car escaped. He kept their IDs. One was Vong Nguyen's, the other belonged to Amaz Natsip bin Arid. The police traced Natsip, a 27-year-old airport cleaning company manager with a seemingly perfect life. A devout Christian, happily married with a 5-year-old son and a pregnant wife. His ID was fake, but records from marriage and social security files led to his real address. After 3 days of surveillance, they arrested him on June 20th as he returned home, calm and smiling. He didn't fit the profile of a ruthless killer. A search of his home uncovered a blood-stained jacket and jeans, and DNA matched the semen from crime scene. Natsip confessed, detailing how he'd spotted Vong Nguyen that night, followed her on a motorbike, and waited in the garage. When she returned alone, he attacked, raped her twice, and stabbed her when she wouldn't stop fighting. Panicked, he dumped her body in the drain, later returning to burn it with gasoline. But the case took a twist. Natsip's family hired a renowned lawyer, Muhammad, who argued the confession was coerced under threats to his family. He claimed the evidence, blood, DNA, blurry footage, was circumstantial. He suggested Vong Nguyen, a black belt, couldn't be overpowered by an untrained man, and questioned why she didn't flee during 2 chances, with Abu and when Natsip fixed the tire. He posited a consensual encounter gone wrong. Public outrage clashed with doubts about Natsip's guilt. Criminal psychologists countered, Taekwondo is a sport, not a guarantee in a real fight, especially against a surprise attack with a knife. Fear and shock likely paralyzed her, common in such trauma. Witnesses placed Natsip with her consistently, and DNA was damning. On February 23, 2005, after 52 days of trial, Natsip was convicted of murder and sexual assault, sentenced to death, 20 years for rape, and 10 lashes. He accepted but appealed, losing in 2007. In 2009, his plea for life imprisonment failed. On September 23, 2016, he took his own life in prison. The case spurred safety upgrades, women-only parking zones, better surveillance, emergency buttons, but crime persists. From a criminologist's view, Vong Gwyn's story highlights how even the skilled and vigilant can fall to sudden violence. Predators exploit opportunity, and fear can override training. Her legacy urges us all to stay cautious, no matter where we are. This tale ends here, a stark reminder of human fragility and resilience.